Okay, everybody, it is Friday the 20th. It is warm in this vehicle. I'm gonna roll down the windows. Not that I plan to be sitting here very long, but maybe I do because I just rolled down the windows and kicked my foot up into the window. I have a little bit of energy drink to drink. I think it's day 4 of my split, so I think I'm doing back today, like back and shoulders. My shoulder, this is like an exciting part of bodybuilding, but it's also like a slightly irritating part of like where I am in bodybuilding. It's like I used to be able to use my shoulders as a metric of like how in shape I was because I never really had a lot of separation. Sorry, but I feel like I want this. There we go. I never really had a lot of separation right here, and it's not like I have a ton right now. I barely have any, but when I'm doing certain things, I definitely do have a lot more than I used to. But it used to be that I would only have that like in prep when I'm dieting, okay? And so that's how I knew, like, okay, we're getting there. Like we are getting close to the look. But now I have it right now, and I'm not at any looks. We're not close to the look. So it's exciting because it's like, yes, we are getting to a point in our bodybuilding career where we are starting to just have shoulders in peak off season. But it is irritating because I find myself being like, oh, and then I'm like, wait a minute, we're not in shape yet. This doesn't mean anything. This means nothing. This just means that you are alive. It's like, that's how my quads are, right? Like me having legs in my lines is zero indication about how in shape I am. For other people, it's like, okay, once the lines start showing up in the legs, we're getting there. Now I don't really have a metric. I don't know what the metric is. I guess the metric is going to be, pinching my stomach and seeing if there's anything there. Right now there currently is. Actually, currently the metric is if I have a butt or not, because the booty is looking good, but there's a lot of fat on there. Anyway, I don't really actually have anything to talk about. I was just thinking about that this morning when I was like getting dressed. I was like, okay, shoulders, and I was like, wait a minute, this means nothing. Let's see. I guess that's really it. I just dropped off Reagan at school. Friday is supposed to be my time, like my day off, but I didn't work out yesterday because I got my hair done. I had a lot of stuff going on yesterday, so I'm lifting today, and I'm like, okay, it's 10:30. If I get in there right now, I can be done by noon. And then I'll still have time after I work out to go home and eat and rest for a hot second before I pick up Reagan. But I always end up just sitting in my car wasting time. So I really have like 20 minutes before I need to be on the floor in the gym. So I'm going to sit here and just like mentally pregame. And then it's day 4. My tattoos are healing. They're starting to get itchy, but they look pretty good. I'm very happy with these. So anyway, that is all. I'll see you guys, I guess, after the gym if I have anything else to add. Okay, just worked out. It was a pretty good workout. It's like my back and a little tiny bit of, I guess, hamstrings. Yeah, back and a little bit of hamstrings. That was good. And then I ran through another section of my routine, which I had previously done individual skills in that section, but today was the first day that I like tried the entire section together. There's still like choreography pieces missing, but today was the first day that I actually tried everything that I've imagined in my brain in one go, and it was pretty good actually. I think when it's good, when I'm flexible enough and strong enough to do it, I think it's going to be another really good section. I got my response to my check-in from Brianni. She basically says, you look great, amazing. We're not going to drop the food yet because I am going to be starting the T3. So oh wait, hold on. Unrelated, hold on. Why do I want to do this contest? Chili lime seasoning blend recipe contest. Like, I feel like I could win that. Did you guys know that in college I won a recipe contest, Sargento recipe contest, and I won a year of free Sargento cheese? Sargento's the expensive one. It's like the expensive, not artisan brand one. Anyway, I need to focus. I need to vlog and then shop because I can't do both. Okay, starting the T3, which will help with my metabolism, which is already kind of firing, right? Like they keep adding this food and I have not gained weight. So she's like, we're going to add the T3 and see what happens because we don't need to drop your food if just adding the T3 is going to make you like start losing a little bit of weight. She's like, if we add the T3 and nothing happens, then we'll start dropping your food. And then I'm going to do blood work again in 4 weeks just to make sure that my testosterone levels are where they need to be. So now the only thing is that my free meals are now upon request. They used to be weekly. It used to be a weekly free meal, and now it is upon request. I'm not okay with that because I'm not going to be asking for a free meal every week. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. So we're gonna do our best. Okay, everybody, happy Sunday. It is the 22nd. I am just getting ready to go to the gym. I normally do this, what I'm about to do right now, which is just like sit here and relax. Like mentally prepare. I normally do this at the gym. Like I drive to the gym and then I sit in the car for a while I just like, again, mentally prepare, think about what needs to be thought about, get the mind right. But I'm actually still at the apartment because I have to make a grocery shopping list. And I feel like if I drive to the gym in that 5 minutes, I will forget what I need to get. So the final call out is uploading right now. It's like 80 minutes left. It's over an hour long episode. So I had to first get all the timestamps. Okay, we're getting there. 72%. I kind of want to wait until this is done because the minutes are going down, like 24 minutes, 23 minutes, 22 minutes, 21 minutes. It's like counting down like it's seconds, but it's minutes. Anyway, what do I need to get? Why was I even talking about the final call? It's because when I opened my notes, the final call, my caption or whatever, my description was there. Eggs, lots of eggs and egg whites. Oh, I have to Google if I can't believe it's not butter has calories in it. Does I can't believe it's not butter have calories in it? Please tell me the answer is no. Please tell me this is like a 5 calorie item. No! Oh wait. This one says 0 and this one says 60. I thought that people were using I can't believe it's not butter during prep, but for 60 calories, why aren't you just using regular butter? What? Oh, this spray. I guess the spray has 0 calories because it's like one little spray. But it says 0 fat, 0 carbon, 0 protein. Okay, I think I can get the I can't believe it's not butter spray. The reason I'm saying this is because so on my meal plan, you guys know I have English muffins, and I'm just over it. I'm just tired of English muffins in the way that I've been eating them. So I usually get the sourdough ones, and then I got the buttermilk ones for a while, and those were delicious. Like I could literally eat it just like a slice of bread, just like fresh out of the container, or out of the package. I didn't have to heat it up. I didn't have to toast it, whatever. And then I tried that with the ones that I got last week, which were like the whole wheat ones, and they were disgusting. In fact, I didn't even finish my English muffins from yesterday. I ate half, not even half. This is a whole English muffin. I did not eat that, and this is the rest of the half. I'm supposed to eat 1 1/2, and I ate 3/4 of one because I was like, I can't eat this. So anyway, then yesterday I went to the store and I got the cinnamon raisin, and I'm like, this needs spray butter. It needs fake butter. Don't come after me, Shantae. Shantae only eats single ingredient foods. Andrea eats chemicals. Okay. So that's gonna go on my list. I can't believe it's not butter spray. It's not butter. What else? I have rice. I have chicken. I can always get more chicken, and I can always get more ground beef. I think that's it. So I think that I came on here and said that my free meals are gone. They're now upon request. I did, because I said I was going to be embarrassed to ask for a free meal. So now I feel like I'm in prep. Now, currently today, do I feel like it? No, because I was only getting 1 free meal a week. Like I wouldn't have had a free meal right now anyway. I normally save my free meals for the end of the week. But we're going to see how many weeks I can go without requesting a free meal. You guys, it starts now. The Olympia is 27 weeks out, which sounds like a long time. But you guys, I normally do a 20-week prep. So like I'm only 8 weeks away from when I would already normally be starting prep. So like it's game on. And if I'm serious about wanting to really, really chase a top 6 at the Olympia, then I have to, this has to be my best prep ever. You guys have heard me talk a million times about like, I have not even close to perfect preps, but you know, I'm getting pretty good at stringing perfect days together. Like I can string several perfect days together. I know, like, I can't remember when it was, but there was like a between show prep, like where I had already competed, but then I was still getting ready for another show, where I did like almost that entire stretch completely perfect. And so I know that I can do it. And I think like Brianni holds me to like a little bit of a higher standard, only because she's not taking my shit. And she's, not only is she not taking my shit, but it's just easier to take someone that's not your spouse seriously, I think, personally. It works for a long time. I think if you have the right dynamic, being coached by a friend or a spouse works, and it works well. But I think just for me personally, it was not what I needed as far as like level of accountability. I think that I am someone in bodybuilding who requires a lot of accountability. And I'm not saying like I need to have my hand held, but I've said it before, I was getting away with a lot. I was doing pretty well for being at 70% effort. And so it was like almost like I didn't really feel like I needed to work harder because I was having enough success. I was having as much success as I wanted to have. Now that being said, I want to have more success, but it's going to require a level of effort that I've never had to put in bodybuilding. So I think it's going to require someone demanding a little bit more of me. And that's just where I think we are. I feel like I am mentally in the right space to do this. Because if you've been here a while, you know, she's not always in the right headspace. She's not always in the right headspace. Like, I don't remember what show I was in prep for, but it was like one episode, I'm like, I'm locked in, everybody, I'm ready. And like the next episode, I'm like, I ate McDonald's fries. And the next one, I'm locked in, I'm ready. And the next one, I'm like, I'm a piece of shit. Like, I feel like in those past preps, locked in was an aberration. Like that was what y'all know about aberration? That was an SAT word, okay? That was not the baseline. It wasn't like I'm locked in and then I randomly am having these spurts of impulse. It was really like back then, my baseline was out of control. My baseline was don't follow the meal plan, do whatever you want, and then locking in was like a thing that I would dive into, but I wouldn't be able to stay there very long. And then I'd have to come back up for air in my normal baseline, which was doing whatever the hell I wanted to do to a degree. Now I feel like my mentality has switched so that locked in feels like my baseline. And I have not been perfect. I've put those on my check-ins. I told Brianni like, oh, these dill pickle potato chips were 99 cents. I love a dill pickle potato chip and I had them. I'm sorry. But it was like, before I would just be like, oh yeah, I had these chips, but I subbed my rice. I didn't eat any rice, so it's fine. Where now it's like, it is a big deal to me that I had those chips, and it's something that I'm not just brushing off as just like, oh, well, I did it, but you know, I mean, who's not cheating on their diet? Like, that's just not my mentality anymore. And I'm so excited because, and this is the last thing, and then I gotta go, party's over. It's already noon. I told myself at 10:30 I was gonna go to the gym. It's 11 o'clock. Or it's 12 o'clock. I had to eat another meal. I talked to Bill. Bill is the judge. He was the head judge from Ben Weider that told me don't get too fat, come in tighter. And I talked to him at the Arnold because he was judging at the Arnold. And I saw him like out when we were out after finals. And I was just telling him like, I'm so excited because I just told him everything I just told you guys. I normally don't really work that hard. Like, I've just been lucky enough to be good enough with a moderate level of effort. But now, okay, if this dog is pooping, sorry, let me just, my neighbors don't always clean up their dog poop, so I'm like, I'm gonna clean it up, but it was just pee. Anyway, I told him that. I normally don't really work that hard. I work as hard as I need to work to get as good as I've been, but I've never really, really cared enough to be really good. And I said, but it's different this year, so I'm excited for all of you. Every single judge I'm going to show you something you have never seen from me. And so I just am excited. And he's like, okay, we're looking forward to it. So I hope that will also work in my favor because, it's you against other people, but to a degree, it is you against you. If I knock my past packages out of the ballpark, if I blow them away and then someone else comes in, let's say Anya, because I think that we're pretty close. Physique-wise, I think that, obviously she's been ahead of me in these recent shows, but like at Titans, I beat her in prejudging. So like, I would say that me and Anya are very close competitively. If we both come in and she's very good because Anya is very good, but it's like the same thing they just saw at the Arnold. It's the same thing they saw at the Olympia last year. And I am miles above what I have previously been. and we're still pretty close, that's going to be my advantage, because even if we are still this close, I'm going to have the perception of being a lot better, significantly better, right? So anyway, I'm just like, that's my thing right now. It's like, Andrea, you need to show them something different. You need to show them something more, because you're not going to be better than a lot of people. There are some people, I'm not going to beat Stephanie Jones in prejudging. It does not matter how much better I am than myself. I will not be better than Stephanie Jones in prejudging unless Stephanie Jones comes in horrible for her, right? Stephanie Jones at 80% is still better than my best currently. But like I said, there are people like Anya, like Amber. That's who I can think of right now. That's like Olympians. I'd say those are the two. There are people like Anya and like Amber who have recently been beating me every time we compete against each other, at least in prejudging, right? That I think that if I'm significantly better than my own past self, even if we are still pretty close, I think it's going to give me a leg up on those people, right? So, anywho, I know that we actually just talked about this on the pod. I got to go. This is a 10-minute video. 12. 13! Oh my gosh. Sorry. I'll speed it up. We talked about it on the podcast. Allison was like, I cannot be outcome focused. I realize that when I am outcome focused, it's bad for me. I have to be a little bit outcome focused, because the thing about me is that if it's just based purely on how I feel about myself, I will not be competitive. Like, because the thing is, it's a gift and a curse about having confidence, is that I'm happy with my performance even if it's last place, and I don't really care. Like, yes, I want to do well, and I want to, I want to show myself discipline and this and that and this and that. But when I don't really care about the outcome, I really won't care about the outcome, and it will be what it is. If I want to be competitive, yes, I have to hold myself to a higher level of standard for myself, but I also do have to think about where I am competitively. That's just how it is. I have to think of the outcome. So anyway, that's all. It's literally been 14 minutes of me talking, so I gotta go to the gym. I'll see you guys later. Hello, everybody. Okay, it is Wednesday the 25th. I think I'm in my next vlog. I don't know. I think I have a lot of stuff recorded, and I don't know where we are in the vlog. I just know that I had a day off yesterday. I am taking today off too. From, when I say off, I mean like a rest day at the gym, just because I had some stuff to do. So I'm going to work out tomorrow and Friday for my last 2 days of the split. But your girl is sore. So I have been like, I really got to get this routine finished. So I've been working on doing the actual skills in the routine. And let me tell you, this body is not having it. I got to lose 10 more pounds before I can really start doing these skills. Which I guess brings me to like our next phase of prep. So, we didn't change my food this week because I was supposed to be starting my T3, which Brianna was like, well, let's see what your weight does, because if getting your T3 up regulate, like you lose weight, then we don't need to change your food. But then I didn't get it. So anyway, I'm starting that tomorrow or the next couple of days. I don't know. It's supposed to be here. So, so it's just a week of no free meal, which at this point in the week, I haven't had a free meal anyway. It's really just like getting through the weekend without a free meal. But my digestion, it has been a little bit weird the last couple of days. Like, I'm waking up heavy, and then I'm like having to poop myself like 3 hours later, which is weird. So anyway, I don't know. We're gonna see what happens with check-ins, but I am mentally calling it prep. I might have already said that. I reached out to Oksana, so I am going to schedule a 2-hour session with her. She does like hour-long increments, but I'm going to schedule a 2-hour-long session with her. I still have a couple gaps that I'm going to try to fill in, or at least have ideas for, and then I'm going to meet with her and see what we can get done. But anyway, that's kind of it. There hasn't really been a lot going on, like as far as prep goes this week. Just trying to get this routine done so I can start running sections, because I want to be ahead of the game. So anyway, nothing really, like I said, to add. I know it's been a few days since I vlogged. Obviously, you guys don't know that. But I just like haven't had room in my SD card, which tells me it's time to upload, because this SD card has like over an hour's worth of storage. So if I'm getting to the end of it, that means I have a bunch of stuff that needs to be uploaded. So yeah, I guess I'll edit, upload my last week's video, and then see where we are for this one. Good morning, everybody. What's happening here? It is, I finally figured out, first off, okay, it's Thursday the 26th. I finally figured out how to move my little gimbal. So when I was in Columbus, I was using Allison's camera to film her doing something, and so she has the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, which is like the latest model, but I have the one, which I didn't realize it was the one when I ordered it. I just saw Osmo Pocket on eBay, and they were for like $170, and I was like, wow, this is less than half the price. Sorry, I'm trying to switch my shoes. Like, this is less than half the price of buying this on the website. I'm buying it, and then I'm like, oh, that's because it's the old model. It's the old model. Anyway, so my camera has the touch screen, and then I just have two buttons, like the power button. It's like power and like select. I can, click things with it, whatever. And then I have the record button. And that's it. Okay. Most of the functions are on the touch screen or the select button. Allison's has a joystick. So her select button is also a joystick. So when I was recording her and the thing, you know how sometimes I'm like, okay, I can't get it to focus. Let me recenter. So she wasn't centered, and I just used the joystick to move the camera. And I'm like, I don't even have this option on my camera. Like, if I'm out of the screen, I don't know how to move it. I literally will move the actual camera, but that you are not supposed to do that because it's an automatic, it's an automated piece of equipment. You're not supposed to physically move it with your hand. Anyway, so I Googled it, and I found out that there's like a little thing on the touch screen that I can drag my finger and move my camera. So anyway, now I know how to move my camera and center myself. That's not what I came on here for. So I just finished with Dr. Ben. That was amazing. He cupped me, he scraped me, he did all of the things. My traps feel great. Now I am about to go ruin it all. I got back day at the gym. Actually, working out doesn't ruin it. You know what ruins it is when I go work on skills and I flip my body upside down and land on my head. So I will not be doing that today. I will not be doing that today. I'm gonna let this marinate a little. I'm gonna let this marinate a little. Had check-ins this morning. I mean, they were fine. I was like 150.4 or something. So my weight is kind of just, again, maintaining. I did not get my medications in the mail. So that was the thing. It was like, she was like, okay, you're going to start the T3, check in 4 days. If your weight is dropping, we're not going to change your food. But then I didn't get it delivered. So it was just another week. So it's supposed to be getting delivered today. So I will start that tomorrow, check in 4 days later. And hopefully there will be some sort of progress. But she hasn't responded to my check-in yet anyway, because I just sent it this morning. So maybe they're going to make a change with the food, but I would assume they're just going to wait until, everything is delivered and I have started it. I reached out to Oksana, so I am going to book that today because she leaves. So Shantae was like, oh, I didn't know that Oksana, she said, I thought Oksana lived internationally. So Oksana lives in LA, but I know that she spends a lot of time in Russia. Like, her show, like the Oksana Invitational or whatever, is in Russia. Like, she spends a lot of her year in Russia, but she lives in LA. So she's like, hey, I'm leaving for Russia in a month, so let's get this scheduled. So I am booking that today, and hopefully by the time I see her, I will have my gaps filled in. But again, if they're not filled in, she can, hopefully get something done for me. But I'm super excited I'm really excited to get her eyes and her hands on this routine, because I think that's just going to take it to the next level. Like, I think that I am good at choreography. I think that I know enough about the division and the judging to feel pretty confident with choreography. But obviously Oksana is one of the legends of our division, and I just think that the mood of this routine will fit her style. So I'm super excited. But yeah, I'm kind of running tight on time as usual, because I usually work out before I go see Dr. Ben. But I came to see him, and then I'm going to go to the gym. And then, so hopefully I can get out of there before I have to go get ready, so I'm not sitting in a bunch of traffic. I'm not going. I am going to go to the gym eventually, but I'm not going right now. So I forgot that I had to come to Burn Boot Camp to drop something off, because I took the stopwatch with me, and the girl that trains in the afternoon needs a stopwatch. So anyway, I came back to the gym to drop off the stopwatch, and then also to pick up towels so my mom's out of town. And I'm like, it's already 12. By the time I get to the gym, it's 12:15 if there's no traffic. By the time I'm moving my body, it's 12:20. And then, my hour-long workout takes me to 1:20, which means then I got to go straight to the school. And I really got no interest in working out and going straight to the school. Like, I have got to have my post-workout meal immediately upon leaving the gym. So I'm just going to rest right now for 2 hours, I guess, an hour and a half. and then I'll pick up Reagan, and then I'll take her to the gym. She hasn't been to Powerhouse with me in so long, so she's been begging, like, can we go to Powerhouse? Can we go to Powerhouse? But I always go when she's at school. So I'm like, you know what? I'll pick you up from school, and then we will go straight to Powerhouse. She also has open house at school tonight, so we'll go to Powerhouse, go back home, whatever, and then go to school tonight and see whatever they show you at open house. I've actually never been to an open house at school, or like as a parent. We missed it last year. Actually, I have to make sure we don't miss it this year, because last year we missed it because of exactly what I'm about to say. Exactly what I just told you we were going to do is I picked her up from school, we went to the gym, and then we were going to go back to open house, and she fell asleep in the car, and I was like, let's just go home. And then she eventually woke up and was like, did we go to school? Like, what happened? And she was pissed for months. She was pissed that I did not wake her up and go to open house. So today, no matter what, even if she falls asleep in the car, we got to go to open house. It's also because it's the book fair. And I promised her I would take her to the book fair and get her a book. So that's the new plan. I'm going to go home and take it out. I'm going on every side quest. First of all, so in my check-ins, Brianni always asks, like, is there any adjustments that you feel like you need to make as far as your food goes? And I said no. But then literally just like as I was driving, I was like, I should have freaking told her that, what's going on? Sorry. That I don't want strawberries anymore, because I just hate buying strawberries. Like, they keep going bad, like the ones that I get at the store. So I feel like I have to get them. I literally have to buy strawberries like every day or every other day, because Reagan also gets strawberries. Anywho, strawberry stand. I have been wanting to get these strawberries for years, so I'm getting them. Okay, secured the bag for $30. For the record, I just bought strawberries at Albertsons. They were on sale. Nah, they were on sale, so maybe that's why they went bad in literally 24 hours. For $1.99 for like the, I don't know what size they come in, like the regular size. It wasn't like, when you get a little thing of strawberries, the regular one, not the big one. It's $1.99, and they literally were going bad the next day. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. And it was $30. So, I mean, basically like $7. This actually looks like a lot more than that. I don't know. But anytime I've ever gotten strawberries from a strawberry stand, they are like really, really, really good. And these like, locally grown, whatever. And Reagan really likes strawberries. She's like in a strawberry era right now. So I really want to eat one, but gotta wash my produce. Sometimes I don't really care, but strawberries, I feel like they're very porous. Like an apple, honestly, I'll just like wipe it on my shirt. Whatever. But strawberries are very porous. I feel like they need to be deep cleaned before you put them in your mouth. So anyway, okay, on to the nap. Okay, so I went back home. I did not take a nap. I ended up cooking ground beef because Reagan, sit down. I realized I only had like 1 meal's worth of ground beef left. And I had 2 meals of ground beef left to eat. So I ended up cooking, and then I picked up Reagan. We went to the gym. It was actually a great time to go to the gym. It was like very empty. I did not have to wait for a single machine. Like, I got done really fast. It was fantastic. Then we went to open house. And now we are at the store I'm still on my I can't believe I'm not butter. I can't believe it's not butter thing, because they didn't have it at the last store. So I got to get that. Assuming it's like 5 calories. If it's more than that, I can't have it. And then I need some more green beans. I just need to like top off a couple things for prep. I feel like there was something else that I was gonna say, but now I can't remember. And Reagan's distracting me with this. Stop, Reagan. She's distracting me with this cart. So I'll come back to you guys. Good morning, everybody. It is Friday the 27th. I am at Powerhouse. You know what it is. Parking lot pimping. Reagan. I don't know why I let her bring this in the car. It's like sparkling water with fruit snacks in it. With fruit snacks. So I am about to crack open my Alani cotton candy flavor. And I'm just like chit-chatting. I'm just texting Danielle DaCosta. So Arnold UK prejudging was this morning at 5:30 in the morning. Obviously, there's a time change. Finals are at noon. So it's 10:04. I just dropped off Reagan. I'm going to come in here, do my workout, go home, eat, watch finals, and then I still have to train this afternoon. So Arnold prejudging was really good. Obviously by the time this is uploaded, like if you follow that stuff, you'll have already seen it, but Now, we know that I'm biased. Obviously, I am very close friends with Allison, so I'm going to always be like, oh my gosh, Allison looks so good. But I can't imagine, and we're all going to find out. By the time this is uploaded, we're already going to know if I'm correct right now or not, right? Like, I could upload this and be like, I don't know how Allison doesn't win this. And then by the time you guys see this, I'm saying this, but I also know that she didn't win, right? Or something like that. I just don't. But again, I don't see how Allison does not win prejudging. In Columbus, I saw Shelly and I was like, okay. I do think it's going to be split because Allison also looks very good. I think it's going to be split, but I was feeling like Shelly was going to win. Like, I was like, you know, Shelly just has this command, like just this presence about her. There's just something about her physique. She's very bubbly. Like, I was just like, I think it's going to be split, but I think it will be split to Shelly. And it was. On the scorecards, it looked unanimous, but that's because they dropped the too high and the too low. And so, like, we know that Tyler had Allison in first. I don't know. I think, so Bill is one of the judges. He's the one who was the head judge at Ben Weider. He said that 2 judges had Allison in first, and he said that Tyler was one of them. So we don't know who the other one was, but they dropped the too high and the too low. So on paper, Shelly had straight 1s, Allison had straight 2s. But on the actual panel, 2 people had Allison in first and 2 people had Shelly in second. I think that at UK, I think it's going to be closer. I don't think it's going to be unanimous on the scorecard. But I just think it's Allison this time. Like, I think that Shelly is 1% worse than she was in Columbus, and I think that Allison is 1% better than she was in Columbus. I think from the front, they're still very close, but from the back, in my opinion, Allison is lights out. Like, their upper back, like their actual backs, look very similar. Of course, Shelly is a little bit more dense, but the back of the legs are not even in the same universe. They're not even in the same universe. And I just think when you're looking at like a total package, in my opinion, it's Allison. Maybe I'm wrong, but I just don't think that I am. I just don't, like I said, in Columbus, I was like, it's close, but I do think it's Shelly. In UK right now, I'm like, I think this is Allison. So anyway, we're all going to find out together. Finals are later. I'm really interested to see because Nicolette is there. Nicolette is the one who, she got second to me at Ben Weider, but she won routine round. Nicolette has a very, very good routines, but she also was dead last in prejudging. And I just think that unless you're doing like the crazy skills like Taylor, where you're doing skills that are not even imaginable to the rest of the division, I think that being last in prejudging does hurt your routine score. I just don't think, I think that there's already a level of this person's not that good. Like, I don't know. I just think that, yes, there's judged separately, but you also have to take into account like what the physique looks like doing the routine. The routine is also less impressive when the physique is less impressive, right? Like, there are skills that Tamara can do that look really impressive and strong just because she looks really impressive and strong. And when I do the same exact skill, it just doesn't hit the same. It doesn't like look the same. It doesn't look as powerful because my body does not look the same doing that skill. So yes, it's judged separately, but I just think that unless you are doing crazy, crazy, crazy skills, you're not going to be dead last and win routine. And honestly, I was going to say, I thought that routine would be Anya, Nicolette, and then Shelly and Allison, depending on like who improved and, you know, depending on how those routines went. You know, then Abby, then Janine. Like, if we kept it pretty much the same as Columbus, except inserted Nicolette. But I'm just like, I don't see them rewarding Nicolette's routine with the physique that she has. So we're gonna see how it goes. I don't even know if she's doing the same routine or a different routine, but Nicolette always just has really, really good routines. You know, Janine, I expect to be better. Now, watch the final call out for like my full, but like, I think Janine is going to be better because I thought she was good in Columbus, but she was like, no, I had a lot of mistakes. We don't know because we don't know her choreography, but she knows her choreography. And she was like, there was a lot of mistakes in that. This one will be better. So she's going to be better. So maybe she jumps Abby. Maybe she's ranks higher than Abby, or, you know, because I think that Abby's was pretty good. I don't think Abby has a lot of room for improvement, but Janine says, hey, I do have a lot of room for improvement. So that could be a change. Again, I think that Shelly, I don't think she really had a lot of room for improvement with that routine, but Allison did have some room for improvement in that routine. So I'm just very, very interested to see how finals go. Obviously, in this same exact vlog, y'all are going to know. We're going to talk about it in the next couple clips because that's going to be only in a couple hours. So I'm going to drink this. I'm only going to drink half, actually. I need to get the 8-ounce Alani's. But they only have them at Target, I think. So anyway, I'm going to sit here and drink this. I'm going to go look at more pictures and be on social media for like 10 more minutes. And then I'm gonna work out. I got chest, like chest push, basically chest and shoulders, and then I like randomly do like a hip abduction. I randomly do one glute exercise. I'm back. It's been 2 seconds. I am going to see Oksana this weekend. I forgot to talk about that. So I reached out to Oksana. Hey, my choreography is pretty much done, but there are some gaps, and I would love to get your eyes on it, your hands on it, you know, whatever. So she's like, yeah, we can do that. She's like, but I am leaving for Russia pretty soon, so let's get this on the books soon. So I scheduled with her yesterday, and I was like, is April 12th too late? Because I wanted to still give myself time. I did want to still finish some pieces. There's 2 sections that I have nothing. I have nothing in my brain about what I'm going to do in those sections. They're like 4 seconds. It's not that long, but there's not even like a rough draft. And then there's a few sections that there is something, but I'm not married to it. But I wanted to like get it a little bit more done before seeing her. So I asked if April 12th was too long. She's like, no, I'm leaving on the 6th or something like that. So I'm going this weekend. I'm going tomorrow. So that's also going to be in this vlog. And that means by the end of tomorrow, hopefully, like I will have a routine done, completely done. And I am so excited. I am super duper duper excited about that, because then we're like really rolling in prep. Diet should be getting rolling. Again, I don't have free meals anymore. But then the routine is going. I have a suit color. I have a preliminary suit color picked out. And obviously I don't need a suit for a really long time, but it's just like, I'm getting very excited. And now we're like 26 weeks out. So we're like in the time where it's like really time to be getting ready for the Olympia, because I mean, I always do a 20-week prep, but it's like 20 weeks until my first show. So realistically, my best look is usually around that 26, 28 weeks in. And I'm at that now, 26 weeks out. Like, so now I'm getting to the point where it's like, okay, we got to start chipping away if we're going to bring our best look to the first stage that we get on. Because the first stage is the Olympia. There's not going to be a warm-up option. So anyway, battery's dying because I never charged my camera. I know I said that on the last one, but like, that was the last time I charged my camera. And I didn't even charge it fully. I charged it just enough to get through that day. So I'm going to plug this in, going to go inside and work out, and then we're going to talk about Arnold finals. Y'all, Anya, I'm watching it right now, literally, like, on the screen. Anya that routine that's the best she's ever done. It's her last time doing it. I think she's going to win routine. I got to watch Shelly, who I don't think is going to be close, but really Nicolette's the only one that I think is going to be close. But we're going to find out, but I think Anya just is going to win routine with straight ones. Okay, but also this opening skill that Shelly does is honestly one of the most impressive things that I've ever seen in my life. Like, Taylor does a ton of impressive things as a collective, but Shelly's like individual opening skill is literally the most impressive thing I've ever seen. I just don't vibe with this routine that much. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna finish watching. We're gonna come back and talk. 6th place Abby, or 6th place Stephanie, 5th place Tam. Y'all, my spreadsheet is already messed up because I had Tam at the very bottom. She had a lot of mistakes, but so that means like Janine and Abby, at least both of them are not in the top 6. I'd say Janine's Nicolette? Michaela? Janine. Okay, so that means I don't think that Nicolette ranked as high in routine as I think she did, because I think I had Nicolette above Janine. I think that means Abby may not have ranked as high as I think she did either, because that's already 4th place. We only have 3 rankings left. And I think it's going to be Allison in 3rd, Anya in 2nd, Shelly in 1st. I can always see the scorecard. It's a live reaction. This is crazy. 3rd, I assume, is Allison. Am I crazy? Okay, Allison. Y'all, I thought I was crazy. Okay, 2nd Anya, 1st Shelly. Like, there's no other way that this could go. I am shocked that Nicolette, not that I'm shocked she's not in the top 6 because she was in last place in pre-judging, but that means her routine didn't rank as high as I thought it did.
We will take our 2nd place award and present it to tonight's runner-up, Anna Flamita.
Anya. And Shelly wins. Okay, so obviously scorecards are not out yet, but this tells me that Nicolette and Michaela both ranked lower in routine than I thought they were going to. Now, granted, I didn't really think that, personally, I didn't love Michaela's routine. However, she hit it, and she didn't hit it, like, what am I saying? I didn't love Michaela's routine, but she hit it, and other people didn't. Abby's routine did not rank as high. Nicolette's routine obviously did not rank as high. Janine's routine ranked higher than I thought it would be, I guess. Okay, shut it. Okay, amazing. Okay, you know what? I can't do this entire analysis, you guys. You're gonna have to save it for the final call out. I'm going to see Oksana tomorrow. Let's talk about that. I'm going to see Oksana tomorrow. I know that I mentioned it. I worked a little bit on my routine today. I did make a small change. What I'm gonna do right now, so I'm at Reagan's school. I'm picking up Reagan from school. We're gonna go to the gym, and I'm going to try to film my routine in sections. Right now I have it in sections, and I have, you know, I spliced it together. I put my music, I overlaid my music, right? However, in every shot, I'm in the middle of the screen. So no matter where I am on the floor, or like no matter where I would be on the floor in that section of the routine, when I know that I'm filming just that section, I center myself with the camera. So when I watch the playback of the routine, everything is in the middle of the floor. Like I don't actually see the movement of the routine. So what I'm gonna do today, after I pick up Reagan and we go to the gym, I'm gonna try to film the sections, but I'm gonna film them like exactly where they will be on the floor from, you know, if the camera's here, if I'm supposed to be over here doing this skill, I'm gonna do it over here. I'm not gonna like recenter myself and then do that skill, right? Just so that I can see what this routine actually looks like. And then I'm gonna send that to Oksana. I don't know if she needs it. Like, I don't know if she needs it ahead of time or what, but I'm just gonna send her that with my music today, so that, you know, if she has anything that she's thinking of, or if she like wants to start thinking of it or sleep on it or whatever, she can, so that we can get it done. I only booked her for 2 hours tomorrow, which it should be plenty of time because I don't have that much to do, but you just never know like how much you're gonna need or how long things are gonna take. So I'm super excited about that. I cannot wait to see these UK Arnold scorecards. But I'm gonna move on from it. I'm gonna move on from it because, again, by the time this video is uploaded, it's over, so it's not even a relevant conversation. Like I said, I'm gonna save it all for the final call out. But yeah, I don't really have anything else to add here. I just realized I left my meal at home, so I guess I'm gonna have to go back home before I go to the gym. But anyway, that's all. Sitting in traffic, not going anywhere. We like to party. Anyway, like 5 miles and 20 minutes away from LA Fitness with Oksana. I need to get over. Anyway, I shouldn't be doing this in driving. No. Oksana is trying to injure me. But listen, this routine is becoming so much more than I even like could have conceptualized. Like this was such. I'm so glad that I came to Oksana, because this routine would have never done this, what it's doing. And I'm so excited. This is so hard. This is so hard, but it's gonna be, I mean, it's gonna be really, really good. But also, it's been almost 2 hours and we've gone through like the first 30 seconds. We're not gonna finish this. You guys, this routine is so good. We didn't do the whole routine. First of all, I only had 2 hours with her, and we went way over time. We did 3 hours because she was like, we're not done. But it is, I don't even know, I can't even explain to you guys the impact that just made on my routine. I already thought this was a good routine, but now I'm like, oh, this is I just don't imagine. I just can't. I don't see a world where the judges watch this routine and think that anybody is going to beat it. No offense to all of you who I'm going to be competing with. I just don't see it happening, you guys. Now, granted, I got to get in shape. Is this person waiting for my parking spot? Oh, no, they're parking behind me. I got to get in shape, and I have to actually perform and execute the skills. That's a very, very big part of this, is I have to be able to execute what we just walked through. Because it's all fun and games when you're walking through. It's a lot different when you have to start throwing your body around the floor, right? But we're 26 weeks out, so I have time. And now I'm starting my diet, so I'm about to start being a little bit lighter. So a lot of these skills that are extremely hard at 150, you know, I think I told y'all that Brianni said that my projected weight is going to be 120. I'm 30 pounds lighter. Now, granted, I'm going to be a little bit depleted. I'm going to be a little exhausted. However, I'm going to be a lot lighter. It's going to be a lot easier to hold my body. So anyway, that was some of the best money I've ever spent, I think. I wouldn't say like, what am I trying to say? Because I've worked with Whitney before too. And at the time, working with Whitney was very similar to how I'm feeling right now. It was extremely transformative because I had only ever done my own choreography, and working with Whitney helped me see a lot of things in routines that I hadn't seen before, meaning having an eye for things that I didn't have an eye for, just transitions and, you know, I guess I'll say mostly transitions. That's where the gap is, I think, from like your early routines, from like a bad routine to a good routine. I think it's in transitional skills. You don't want to be walking anywhere. I don't think that there was a single moment, a single transition in my routine last year, besides after, like right before my tumbling pass, I like cartwheeled out and then I took a couple steps back into the corner to like give myself more room for my tumbling pass. Literally, other than those two steps, I did not walk anywhere in my routine. Every single movement, anytime I moved somewhere else on the floor, I was doing something. I did a cartwheel over, I did a seat roll, I did a forward roll, I did a tumbling pass. Like, I never walked anywhere. And I think that's a big, big gap between like a bad routine and a good routine is transitions. But now, so that's what I learned from Whitney. Now what I just got from Oksana was from what I think from a good routine to a great routine is the performance aspect of it, the theatrics aspect of it. Now, Missy helped me a lot with that, but not really in a choreography aspect of it, more of an execution, like musicality part of it. Like, you know, look here on this beat, or you're losing eye contact here, or do like the details part of it. I would actually say that's the next step. That's step A of going from good to great. But then step B from good to great is like the performance, the feeling that the crowd gets from watching you do a routine. And you guys, obviously I'm been talking about this for 5 minutes. I'm just so excited. I needed that. Now I have a 2.5 hour drive home. Oh, now I have a 2.5 hour drive home. I was running late, so I couldn't stop and get gas at the cheap gas station. $5.49, which is what we're calling cheap in Southern California right now. So now I'm in Hollywood with my gas light on. And if I have to pay more than $6 a gallon, you guys, I'm going to have conniption. I'm literally only getting enough gas to get out of LA County. And then I'll fill up my tank somewhere else, because you have me up if you think I'm going to pay $6.89 for gas. I don't think it'll be $6.89. But it very well could be. It's $5.89 in the expensive parts of where I live. It's like I said, $5.49 at the cheap gas station that I know of. I'm not going to tell y'all where it is. But now I'm in Hollywood. So anyway, I am going to sit here and watch this routine a couple more times, and then I am going to find a gas station and get on the road.